It was a few weeks ago now. The weather was hot. We'd taken the dogs for a long walk. My wife was in the beer garden and I was inside the pub ordering drinks. The bartender told me the price and I held out a £20 note. Just then she held out the card reader and we both looked at each other. There was a second or two when there was confusion and she said, "Oh, you're paying by cash?" I said, "Yes, I'm old school." And then it got me thinking after. That transaction wouldn't have happened like that 10 years ago. Because in the last few years the nature of money has changed, as it always does. You see, the future of wealth is changing and it's changing fast. Money is evolving again, as it always has done. This series of videos is all about helping you navigate that shift. And if you're like me, you see change as both a challenge and an opportunity, I'm going to show you how to adapt and even thrive in the unknowable future that lies ahead. But in this specific video, I'm going to explain why the future of money is changing and how it's going to affect you. Later we're going to get into practical steps that you can take right now to prepare. But first, here are the main drivers. Make sure you watch to the end of the video because I'm going to talk about CBDCs, or Central Bank Digital Currencies, and why you should take notice of them now. We're living in unprecedented times. Today there are over 8 billion people alive. I was born in 1970 and that number was half, 4 billion. So the population has doubled in less than 2 generations. Alongside this, we're about to witness the largest transfer of wealth in human history. It's called the Great Wealth Transfer. So in the next 30 years, between 5.5 and 7 trillion pounds will pass from one generation to the next, and that's just the UK alone. Globally, that figure's $124 trillion. That's 124 followed by 12 zeros. I just can't get my head around that number. And what's the background to this? After the Second World War came the baby boom. In the late 1940s and 50s, these baby boomers, as they were called, who were born at that time, started entering the teenage years in the 1960s. This sparked huge socio-economic change. This economic growth surged into the 1970s and 80s, and we saw consumerism take off. Dual income households became the norm, and the aggregated wealth exploded. People are living longer now. The boomers began retiring in the 1990s and 2000s, enjoying the fruits of decades of growth and a well-earned retirement. Life expectancy, which was far lower when they were born, now stands at around 82 years. And this generation is the wealthiest in history, not just in cash, but in investments, pensions and property. Home ownership in particular became widespread for the first time among this generation. And as a natural cycle of life continues, younger generations like my generation X, millennials, Generation Z, they're going to inherit unprecedented sums. Now, governments and corporations have been preparing for this for decades. The rise of inheritance tax, lucrative government contracts, and the military-industrial complex all point to one truth. Everyone wants a slice of this pie. So here's the second major driver of this shift in wealth. Traditionally, wealth meant financial assets like cash, stock, pensions, and physical assets like property, vehicles, possessions. But increasingly, it also means natural assets. Water scarcity will make it far more valuable than today. Forests and countryside will be recognised as vital organs for planetary health, not just leisure destinations. Soil will be cherished as the life giver it is. Without it, nothing grows. And as these resources become scarcer, their value will rise. They will be monetised in more sustainable ways. Regeneration projects will no longer just be altruistic, they'll be smart economic investments. The third driver, societal threats. The three interconnected threats are reshaping the wealth landscape: poverty, inequality, and environmental degradation. The great wealth transfer will make some far richer, widening that inequality. This will be a recipe for civil unrest. Meanwhile, ageing populations mean fewer younger taxpayers to fund public services. More money will flow out of state coffers than goes in. This will push governments to raise taxes even more, squeezing the middle classes and dampening aspiration. Environmental damage and resource scarcity will drive economic migration. We're already seeing this. It's disrupting societies and fueling conflict and division. We can already see this. Technological progress in the past generations has been staggering, yet socially, economically and even biologically we've not caught up. Jobs are being automated faster than we can create higher level work to replace them, and this is adding to a mix of social and economic pressure. The next driver is globalisation. This has bundled all the pressures together that we've talked about. Young people aren't just competing with their classmates like they did in the olden days, they're now competing with peers worldwide. Corporations can shift operations anywhere they want and chase lower taxes to avoid labour costs. So they might move their operations from country A to country B overnight. And finally we come to Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDCs. One of the most visible outcomes of the forces of change that we've talked about is the rise of these central bank digital currencies. This digital money is issued by institutions like the Bank of England. Now the Bank of England says CBDCs could help maintain trust in money and protect our financial system, whilst improving payments by increasing efficiency and supporting innovation. Now whatever your view of their motives, CBDCs are coming. So we can be like King Canute, ordering the tide to retreat, but wishing them away is pointless. They will change money and wealth forever. I don't like it, many people don't like it, but for those with the right mindset, it also represents an opportunity. So what does it mean for you? Well, you're going to start noticing changes on how transactions happen. We've already seen cash use plummet, but the pace of change will accelerate. Digital transactions will be instant. You might get paid in cash, bank transfer, Bitcoin or CBDCs. There's going to be greater transparency, and that will give consumers more power to choose who they deal with based on their values and practices. Digitisation may increase financial inclusion, but it will also widen wealth inequality. And these changes won't stop at your wallet. They'll also affect social narratives, mental health, and even our sense of resilience. So what scares you most about the future in general? Let me know in the comments. So if you found this interesting, then hit the like button and make sure it helps the algorithm send it to others who might need to hear the message. Also make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming up. because in future videos I'm going to be exploring how assets will change in the CBDC era, and this will include portable property. If you want to know what portable property is, I've got a blog post that I've written all about it and how you can start investing in it now. There's a link in the description. I'm also going to be talking about practical steps you can make to build resilience and seize opportunities. That's coming up in the video series. I'm also going to be looking at privacy, control and protecting your wealth. Also global resilience in a changing economy. But I think most importantly, the mindset that you need to thrive in this new landscape. Now, I'm concerned about how the world is changing, I'm sure you are, and I'm looking to build a community of like-minded people. If you're interested in this, then check out the link in the description to subscribe to my community newsletter. And finally, I want to thank you for watching. I want you to stay positive. And until the next one, have a great week and I'll see you soon.